And we are back. Hopefully this week we have no
Back
issues with
again.
the stream like we did last week. Because last week was a nightmare. But, needless to say, we're back. Everybody ready for a recap?
Yep.
Yay.
All right. So, in the last couple of weeks, or in the last few sessions, the party was traveling through the country of Hildaxia, escorting Hutan, the ambassador of Zeketh, to the country of Lian. And the party has been hired to escort him and act as a third party to wedding negotiations between Lian and Zeketh, primarily the prince and the princess, depending on which one of them you choose. While traveling through the country of Hildaxia, you came to the city of Asho, and while there, you were hired or sent a letter calling on your earlier agreement to work for the Yakuza, and you were sent on a kill quest to... Basically, you guys were sent to the Ass Crack Cave, or the Ass Crack Hideout, and leave none alive, and fled the place when you're done. Through a series of amazing attacks, interesting solutions, and one absolutely insane charisma check by Panzer, the party was able to completely wipe out the enemy forces and fled the cave and leave none alive. Afterwards, the party continued traveling, and we left off at the mountains just before the border to Lian.
Oh, whoa. Before we left,
Mm-hmm.
I grabbed my fucking rapier.
Yes, you got your rapier. We did do that.
Good. No, I don't
Yes.
remember doing that.
Okay. Yeah, we did that. We were desperate to close up last week, but we did that last second. I remember that.
Okay.
Now, for the sake of writing this in and making it brief, due to player issues, Ezra and Seth are both Jordan and Seth are both dropping out for the foreseeable future. So for the sake of story, Sahmed and Elo Natsrai both decide to remain in Heldaxia to further deal with issues there. And you do not get a refund on all the money you spent on Elo. I am sorry. Are we good? Everybody good on the recap?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, we're just gonna kill him and take the stuff we got him.
Okay.
You there, John? Every once in a while, I hear a little bit of air from like an air conditioner in the background from John. I can't actually tell if he's there or not. John, if you're there, type something in chat, please. I think he's totally not there. I think he's missed the recap.
He'll be fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, he rolled a D100 a little bit ago. Dang it, John. Where are you? I don't want to get started with this without you. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Everyone here?
Yeah, we've been waiting
Yes.
for
Oh,
like 3
there
or
he
4
is.
minutes now. You missed the
Nice.
recap. You totally missed the recap.
Okay.
Long story
We live now?
Yeah, we are totally live. We've been just
Good.
sitting here. In fact, I should probably double check the live stream to make sure it's working properly this time.
You're still live according to...
Yep, it's working this time. Yay. Okay. Yeah, last week we completely lost the session because of live streaming issues. All right.
Yeah.
So, long story short, you guys left a show after finishing your mission.
Side quest.
Side quest. Basically cleaning out the ass crack. Due to player issues,
There was so much shit in there.
due to issues with Seth and Jordan, both of them are dropping out for the foreseeable future. So we'll say that Elo and Sakmed both end up staying in Hildaxia to deal with issues there. John, I am afraid you do not get a refund on the items that you purchased. Are you there, John?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the refund.
Armor,
the
things,
helmet,
your
right.
helmets, you spend a few hundred on them. Anyway, so the party with Elo and Sakmed end up splitting off from you guys at the foot of the mountains. There is a short, brief trip through the mountains to the border. And I'm going to go ahead and transfer you to the wall.
Nice.
As you guys...
To the north wall?
What? Is this a joke? Is this a Game of Thrones joke?
Yeah.
Okay. How did I know that? All right.
Is winter here?
No. Winter is
Oh man.
Winter has come and gone. All right. So as you pass through the mountain pass, you were not able to see it in the distance, but
Yeah, I can't. Yeah.
I haven't changed it yet. Hold your horses. You hear the whistle of winds, and more people start to accumulate on the roads. What was horses now seems to be more and more camels that are traveling along the road to and from merchants and caravans with
Immediately. Oh, sorry.
With their wares and stuff. Yes, John.
Immediately when I see a camel, I look.
You look.
Ooh, Oliver. I gotta remember your name. I look to Oliver and I'm like, do they taste good?
Oh God, how would I know?
Continuing on. Various tassels adorn the saddles of these slowly plodding creatures. Their strange-looking faces, their strange humped backs. They carry very large, heavy burdens, and some of them are even jingling with bells. And as you turn a bend in the mountain pass, you look up to see the tallest wall you have ever seen in your lives. This is the wall of Lian.
I can't even see it all in the picture. Damn, it's tall.
There we go. But in the face of the wall, you can see guards up above. You can see streamers. You can see that some people actually live in some sections of the wall. Birds fly and nest in its arches and small crevices, and it is a construct like you have never seen. This has taken thousands of years to construct. And closer to the top, it actually looks like there's still some construction being done.
What's it look like it's made out of?
It looks like it's made out of stone.
It is? Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell if it was like mud, sand, or rock?
Nope, it looks like it's been cut stone. But as you approach, climbing the steps, your animals, some having to take routes off to the side slopes rather than steps. Your carts wheeling themselves up, and it is a bit of a climb. It is not fun. But by the time you get to the entrance, for the sake of, I will just drag and drop it here. You see a number of elven guards, and there is a line of admissions. There are merchants, all kinds of people lined up here waiting for admission into the country. And amongst them, you see, amongst all the other moderately sized elven people, in various shades of skin color. For those of you who don't remember, the country of Lian is a melting pot for all elven races. You see the olive skin of wood elves. You see the dark black ebony skin of the high elves. You see the pale skin of, you know, the
The dark
common,
elf.
the common, or I should say the deep elves. You even see an occasional elf that looks at you from the shadows, and when you meet their eyes, there is an almost starry gaze to them. There seems to be something else, something deep, something more that you don't understand, and they just kind of meld into the shadows and disappear when you take notice of them. There's also quite a few people of brownish skin, desert tan skin. And this is the more common trait of the people of these countries. They're known as the common elves, and some even desert elves. But amongst all of the guards that are slowly looking over the caravans entering into the country, you also notice, sitting at a table, a gnomish figure, questioning the people entering. I'm going to pop him up on the screen here for you guys. Can everybody see him?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. He stands about 2 foot 2 inches, give or take. He has a stern, discerning eye, and he seems to be suspicious of everyone. He seems to be asking a number of questions. Each person answering, some are confused. Some even seem to get upset when he asks them questions. But for the most part, you see, everyone is let past. As the questioning continues, you're about, say 50, 60 or so yards back. You can stand to the side observing, under the light of some tents, tapestries hung up to provide shade in the sunny afternoon. There are a few stalls with fruit that are being sold. Many of the people that are waiting end up, purchasing something to eat in their wait. But while you are standing and watching, one person is, brought up to the situation. They show papers. They allow their wares to be shown. They don't typically seem like a merchant. They just seem to have a pack on their back, and they seem to be searching through it, double-checking things. And as the questions are being asked, this character does not seem to present as much emotion to the situation at hand. And eventually, you notice that during the course of the questions, something is different about this one. And the gnome, I would say, Carl, Oliver, you for sure notice this. And anyone who wants to make an observance check of 15 or higher would notice this if you want to make a check.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here.
15.
Oh,
15?
15.
Okay.
Oh wait, that's him.
No,
Yeah,
yours is yours
I
is
got
an
an
18.
18.
Okay, so both of you notice. All three of you notice. There is a slight motion and an eye motion from the gnome. And guards surround the person, and as soon as he notices, as soon as the person trying to enter notices, they try to make a dash for it. They try to break through, and the guards have to tackle him, wrestle him to the ground, wrestle his arms behind his back. And there is a moment where it seems like he will overpower them and lift them off the very ground before someone walks up and you see something stun him. And the gnomish figure just standing next to him as he crumples to the ground. They lift up his limp body, stunned, almost heaving it like it weighs far more than it should. And it appears that the gnome is holding some kind of probe with some kind of lightning tip to it, as best as I can describe to your character's knowledge. As he stands to the side, sits back down at his desk, the person is hauled away, and the line continues forward. The possessions that the person had are confiscated, and for the next 30, 45 minutes, you continue to ease forward in your line. Does anyone wish to do anything?
traffic.
I've never really had this problem before.
Yeah,
Is
no.
there another line?
Hutan sitting in your cart, he looks and he's like, "This is the proper line. We have the proper